What off flavors can ruin your cellared beer? Imagine opening a bottle of beer you've been aging 4 years, only to be greeted by an unpleasant surprise. Off flavors can sneak into your beer and turn a good aging experience into a disappointment. One of the most common issues is oxidation. When beer is exposed to oxygen over time, it can develop a papery, cardboard-like taste. This is especially true if stored above 72 degrees Fahrenheit or about 22 degrees Celsius. Oxidation causes the beer to lose hop aroma and bitterness, while caramel, honey, or waxy notes become more prominent. Keeping beer in a cool, dark place helps prevent this. Another off flavor to watch for is diacetyl. This gives a buttery or butterscotch aroma and flavor. It's a byproduct of fermentation that yeast usually reabsorbs if given the right conditions. If fermentation is incomplete or the beer is stored improperly, diacetyl can stay and spoil the flavor. Proper fermentation and a diacetyl rest during brewing help avoid this problem. Dimethyl sulfide, or DMS, can make beer taste like cooked corn or vegetables. It comes from malt precursors and improper boiling or cooling during brewing. If you notice this flavor in your aged beer, it might mean the brewing process was flawed or the beer was stored at warm temperatures. Acetaldehyde, which smells like green apples or fresh-cut grass, is another off flavor. It's a natural part of fermentation but becomes problematic if yeast isn't healthy or if oxygen gets into the beer. Proper fermentation and storage can reduce acetaldehyde, but exposure to oxygen during aging can cause it to develop. Light exposure can cause a skunky flavor, especially if beer is stored in sunlight or fluorescent light. This chemical reaction creates a strong, unpleasant aroma that can ruin your beer quickly. Always store beer in dark bottles or in a dark place to avoid this. Isovaleric acid produces cheesy, sweaty, or musty flavors. It results from aged hops breaking down or old hops used during brewing. If beer is stored too long or with old hops, this off flavor can develop. Lactic acid causes sour milk-like flavors. While some sour beers embrace this flavor, in most cases it indicates bacterial contamination or improper storage. It's a sign that the beer has gone past its prime. Medicinal or phenolic flavors, like Band-Aid or spicy clove notes, come from yeast phenols or reactions with sanitizers. If beer is stored improperly or contaminated, these flavors can persist or worsen. Autolysis happens when yeast cells break down after fermentation, releasing flavors described as meaty or brothy. This can occur if beer is stored on yeast sediment for too long or kept at warm temperatures. To avoid these off flavors, always store your beer in a cool, dark place, ideally around 38 degrees Fahrenheit or about 3 degrees Celsius. Minimize oxygen exposure and respect the recommended shelf life for each beer style. Some beers, especially strong or complex ones, can develop interesting flavors over time, but most off flavors indicate spoilage or degradation that ruins the intended profile. Understanding these flavors helps you enjoy your aging process and keeps your beer tasting its best.